I like that old cross style. What do you call that? Knobs. I like those old style knobs. I guess that's what they're knobs. It's kind of the vibe. This got to go up. What the F did I just do? There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure. There's got to be a better way to get this into Unreal Engine. Looks pretty good. So I got to figure out how big. Man, it's so hard to see through walls. I got to figure out how big to make this room so that it can fit a bed, it can fit a bathroom. Just gonna get this sink finished. That was pretty good. The difficulty I've been having is like how difficulty I've been having is just with importing this the models from Blender to Unreal Engine. Doesn't like to play nice, unfortunately. Let's see if we can find a free bed. Oh. It's about bed shaped. All right. Nice mattress. You need some reference. Guess you don't really see the bed, it's really just the blankets. A little bit of the frame there. Definitely some wacky patterns on these blankets. Kind of like the floral, maybe this one. So I think I'm just going to make a basic shape and then put a cloth on it. See what that looks like. Definitely needs to be bigger. Oh, higher res. Definitely needs to be a lot bigger. And self-collision. That's getting okay. It's getting to be decent. Getting a little bit of that. Looks like maybe I'll just subdivide one more time. Because it's not going to be a running simulation, so it can be pretty high res. It's just going to sit there like that. I'm having trouble with these freaking walls. I think it's a little too long in the back. Should just hide these walls. Maybe make a group of the walls, because It's a little difficult to model with all the walls up. Okay. Now, where did the stuff I was just working on go? Are you kidding? Where did it go? Just disappeared. That's weird. There we go. Okay. Local view shenanigans. Okay, so I guess we'll just put that in local view really quick. Just to try to get this cloth right. Oh man. It's too long off the back. Let's try that. I think that'll work. That's pretty good. And then I can subdivide. Boom. Oh man, that cleans it up so nice. And go back to regular view. Oh god, what did I do? I guess I'll go ahead and freeze it. About like that. I'm gonna save, duplicate it and save it. Just in case I want to modify it later. So now the cloth's baked. Yeah, I'm having a real hard time with these walls, trying to put objects in these rooms. Just hide this wall. There we go. I've never modeled like inside a building like this. Usually my models are like exteriors of buildings or something. That already looks pretty good. Just need some sort of pattern texture. Maybe we can get something from Polyhaven. I really want a floral pattern. Doesn't look like they have anything like that. Go for this for now, just so there's something on it. Maybe maybe we can find a better one later, but just getting something on there for now is good. Pop that back over. I'm trying my best to not just get hung up on little details. I'm pretty bad about trying to perfect things, trying to be all meticulous, but then there's no way I'm going to get this game finished to anything remotely playable if I'm perfecting all these little details. Not a chance. Boom. And I want the squares to be smaller. Look at that. That's pretty good. I'm pretty satisfied with that. I want to have some sort of frame though. Go back to the reference. I guess it's pretty typical for a hotel to not have a frame at the back like that. Look at that. That's a weird bed. A metal frame on the side too. That's a weird bed. Interesting. I don't like that. That feels too much like a house. I really want to. It's got to feel like a motel. Maybe just a solid wood backboard. Once again, trying not to get hung up on details. Really trying to kind of do some more broad strokes, not just, especially at first. You know, like I got to get there's got to be an actual game here before I can start pruning it and getting really down in the nitty gritty. Okay, that's a bit high to me. Clearly we need some pillows too. Bit thick. Subdivision surface, baby. That is 60% of my modeling right there, just putting a subdivision surface modifier on it. Is it a single pillow bed or is it two? These are the kind of decisions that matter, right? Do you put two pillows on the bed or one? I'm probably using too many polygons. I just really like my stuff smooth, you know? Like that's a jagged ass pillow, but I guess it's just a pillow. It's not doing anything special. Okay, put that back in. Try and have a look around the room. Okay, that was hidden. I get something figured out here. Got to get some organization going on. Okay. Put those in there. And I got to figure out how everything got all jacked up over here. Go ahead and show you guys what we have in Unreal Engine. So this is what it's like here. This is what the actual game's going to look like. So I got these like robots I made really quick and figured out how to knock them over. That's pretty fun. So next thing, I got to get them moving. But this is the motel in Unreal. And as you saw, I'm working on this room in Blender, trying to make it, right now it's just empty. So the game's going to start out you come to this motel. You're in the middle of nowhere. I got to figure out the rain too, but for now it's okay. There's not going to be anybody here. These robots aren't going to be here. And ring the bell. Nobody's here. Check into a room. Go to sleep because you're in the middle of nowhere. You're tired. You need somewhere to sleep. There's nobody here. Maybe it's not the smartest idea to just check yourself into a room in a motel, but I think in the circumstances, like if you were somewhere in the middle of nowhere, you're super tired, you can't keep driving. Maybe you would check into a room. So that's where that's at. And then kind of the story is like there's these androids that they have their own society and their own secret society, and they've been hiding away from human beings. People don't know that they're here. And so I'm trying to figure out, that's as far as I have the story, honestly. It's going to be very mystery focused. Because I don't know what's going on. But no, I really want it to unravel. Like you as you go along. I don't want to dump a whole bunch of information on the player. I want it to be like, you got to go here to find this out, and then go here, and then there. And one of my ideas was like, maybe the creator of the androids was a human, and he still rules over them. And then when you find out about them and you decide you want to leave, he doesn't want you to leave, obviously, because he's afraid you're going to reveal their location and then get them all killed. So then he sends the androids after you, and that's when you have to fight through the androids to escape. So that's kind of like where it's at story-wise, but clearly a lot of steps to take before we get to the story. I'm kind of building everything as I go. I don't know if there's a better approach. There's probably a better workflow than building everything at the same time, but never made a game. Thought it would be fun. Yeah, I'm modeling a toilet right now. So I couldn't find a free toilet model. Could have looked a little harder, probably. Okay. This process sure is improving my modeling skills of just random objects, that's for sure. Just being able to randomly make a toilet or a sink or something. Okay, we're gonna use a good old mirror modifier. So at least I'm not working extra hard. I guess I gotta find some reference. Throw a subsurf on, and it's already pretty close. Telling you that subdivision surface will do some numbers. Let's add clipping. That is a large seat. That's not bad. So now we gotta fix the bowl. This is a strange shape. I'm not the greatest modeler, but we're gonna get this thing figured out. Oh my gosh. I think that seat is basically the shape we want. Let's see. Yeah. That's not how a toilet works. How does that? I'm gonna need to pull some reference. Okay. No, that's pretty much accurate, actually. Wow. It seems like we gotta put a thing there and then take that and bring it in. And what's going on here? That's about like that. Dang, this is getting jacked up. That's not bad. Okay, this whole pedestal thing isn't even, I made that up. It's not how toilets work, apparently. Oh my god, look at that. Ugh, that's gross. How can I fix this? Bad topology. Well, that topology's not great. I'm not super worried about it. We'll just move. We'll just keep moving. In other news, this is too small. Eh, eh. Probably needs to be a bit wider. That's pretty good. We need some sort of lip for the lid here. Now, why does that look like crap? That's better. Way too square in the front. Probably should just take that and shrink. Okay. Very square. It's pretty close. I mean, hopefully, nobody's that worried about the toilet. It's not the focus of the game. I can say that with confidence. Definitely not the focus of the game. Is there a focus to the game? I don't know. That's pretty freaking good. It's a complicated shape. And think about how difficult a toilet would be to model. But I mean, if you're in a motel room, there needs to be one. There just needs to be one. I'm going to spend a lot of time modeling junk. Okay. Weird shading error there. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay. Starting to feel like a motel room. A little bit. We have a bed. We have a sink. We have a toilet. There's so much more that needs to be there, though. Hmm. Maybe I should just make this a low poly game. It's gonna take a long time to make this stuff. See, like, boom, low poly game. That's a towel holder. That's 2 towels. Slap a texture on it. You're done. You know, like, I don't know. I just really liked the vibe of more realistic looking game. We'll see. The important thing is it gets finished. Okay, not bad. Hmm. Just gonna do that. Might be nice if the cube didn't start out so dang big. Can I get away with that? I think so. Okay, this needs something. That's not. That's fine. Does the room feel big enough? Maybe there's space for a wall. The frickin' window. I gotta figure out a better way to do walls and things. I don't know if each wall should be its own cube, because that would make it easier to slide them around. Because the problem is, like, right now, if I want to move this wall, now I gotta select the faces. So I just extruded it from there, and then if I move it, it's gonna screw up the texture. So maybe I should just make each wall its own object. Like I said, I haven't done like an interior before, so it's a learning process for sure. I guess that doesn't really matter. Okay. This feels pretty good. We're gonna add a wall. Maybe I should make some assets so that I'm not scaling cubes down all the frickin' time. And make a standard wall thickness. That might be a good way to kind of speed up the workflow here. And I just scaled it up. I think this is going to be a better way to work. Because now I can slide this wall and it doesn't affect the other wall. So that's good. And then just throw this on. Maybe. Camera. That's fine for now. I guess I should fix. I'll go ahead and fix it. Fix the scaling. This isn't really the texture I want to use. I want to find more of like a 70s era wood panel texture. This is real wood, so not really what I want, but let's make sure that door is the right size. Which I think I realized that this door is too short, but we'll see. Yeah, that's good. How's it width-wise? Should make it a bit narrower. Let's take a look. Yeah. What else should be in this little motel room? Let me get my view somewhat better. Here we go. Maybe a little table over here. I wish there was a way I could like stream this to Unreal Engine to preview as I'm modeling. That would be really nice. Because if I export it and then I want to change it, then I gotta export it again. And it takes a lot of time. I can easily waste a lot of time exporting and importing and re-importing. Let me just grab this chair. I'll just copy this chair and put it in the corner. See how that looks. It looks like it's going to be too big. Maybe the bed's a bit small. Hmm. So I think this field of view is pretty close to Unreal Engine. Honestly, like this is a pretty good size. You know, it feels, that doorway feels narrow. But should be a shower in here too, damn it. I guess I can scoot the toilet over. It's gonna be one of those annoying bathrooms where you gotta reach behind you to get the toilet paper. That's centered. That's pretty good. This will be our shower. Hey, this might work out. This might work. shower. Hmm. It's a pretty modern shower. 70s motel. This is the kind of vibe we're going for. A 70s motel. Cheap, middle of nowhere. 70s motel. Exactly like this kind of something about green carpets, wood paneling. That's what we're going for. I should have tried to put the sink on the outside. That might have been a good idea. Maybe if we look up bathroom. Like, no, this is crazy. What is this? Not what we're looking for. That's clearly a render. Clearly not a real bathroom. That's okay. Something like this. Maybe we do a full bath instead of the. Maybe we can get away with the shower doors. Just feels a little modern to me. I like that tile. That definitely feels vintage. The tiled wall for the bathtub. What is this? That's crazy. No, nothing showy. It's a weird looking toilet. Just a regular tub. Oh my goodness. We'll just stick with it for now. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that. Just throw just throw a handlebar on there. Check. Okay, cool. We're still talking. Maybe we stagger the doors like real doors. Maybe. And then I know this is not good topology. I'm sorry. What happened? There we go. Oh, there we go. That's okay. That's okay for now. Okay. It's pretty much a hotel room. Pretty much a motel room now. Gotta make a basic door. Now, this bit will be done. That, my friends, is a door. I want to try and leave a little bit of gap on the bottom. Maybe we'll actually be able to see some light come through in the game. Who knows? Maybe not. But we're going to try. Subdivision surface, baby. Is the knob bigger than the part that goes into the door? It's the same size. I don't know. Don't know. It's a pretty good doorknob. Pretty tiny though. That's pretty good. I have a problem subdividing things, I just like my stuff smooth, I don't know how much it's going to affect performance, but I like my stuff smooth. And I think I'm going to make this one gold. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Oops. That's not going to work. And we need to mirror that. I don't know why that breaks it. There we go. That's good. We got a doorknob. Pretty sweet. I think this room's almost done. Walk in, you got a bed. We have a door. We have a bathroom. That's pretty good. What is this? Oh, it's the shower. It's just sticking out a little far. So, yeah, so just to let you know where we're at in the game, this is the opening. So you're coming into this motel in the middle of nowhere. And have these androids. Well, thanks. So these are just, I'm going to make better models, but this was just for testing purposes. So you can knock them down. That was really fun to set up, not going to lie. So that's going to be like the in-game enemy is these androids. But you don't meet them at first. This was just here for playtesting. So you're going to come to this motel. There's not going to be anybody here. You're going to ring the bell, look for somebody. And I think right now my game plan to communicate objectives to the player is just like voiceover. Like the main character is like, oh, I'm tired. I'm going to see if I can get a room here. You go into the motel. And then like, hello, is anybody here? And then I was going to check into a room, which I've been modeling. It's not here yet. And then something weird's going to happen. So I need to figure that out. But it's going to bring you into this world of android people. I got this back room back here. I think maybe we go into like a underground society. Might be interesting, and this motel is like the access point. Totally down for like pulling like a hidden lever and like walls moving and stuff. That might be fun. Some sort of secret entrance into the world of androids, the secret world of androids. So I think I can import this into Unreal Engine. We have a room. And yeah. Now one thing that was weird is last time I imported this, you can see the windows are lined up. But in the Unreal version, they aren't. And I have no clue how that happened. So hopefully it lines up. Now on the other side, they aren't lined up. I don't know what happened. Because I mean, I guess I could shift the whole. It looks like maybe I accidentally shifted the motel over. Well, this is centered. Well, this isn't centered. Then if I shift that, then these windows are going to shift. I don't know how this happened. It's basically I have, since you start the game, you see the motel from the outside. Since you see it, and this is how I want it to look, this is one object, and then the interior is a second object, so that I can put different textures on. I thought it would be easier. I still think it was a better workflow to have an interior object and then an exterior object, and then there's a gap between the walls. But somehow this got messed up. Maybe it got stretched. Maybe that's what happened. Because it's set up as a mirror. I'm so confused how it happened. I think I see. There's an overlap. So I think I messed at some point. Maybe I bumped something. What's the quick fix? I don't know. Yeah, because the whole front's jacked up too. Okay. What did I frickin' do? This is also a mirror object. Oh, what did I do? So there's a gap on this fence, not a gap on that fence. I know that the fence was originally butted up against the wall. The windows aren't lined up anymore. Or wait, no, the doors are lined up. The windows are lined up. But the doors aren't. Then if you come in here, this got scooted apart. So let me just scoot this back together. Enable clipping. Scoot that back together. Line that up with the wall. So the interior got scooted to the left. Maybe I adjusted these windows and don't remember it. I don't know. I guess that's just what I'm gonna have to do. Son of a bitch. Oh, it's sticking out the wall. This definitely got scooted over at some point. How did I do that? Okay. Does that line up? Pretty good. Okay, cool. And now this lines up. Doors are a different thing. Of course, because the doors have to open and close, they're actual blueprints. in Blender. We'll just do that for now. I think we fixed most of it. What a pain. And the counter's sticking through the wall. Interiors, man. It's you really gotta pay attention to where the edges of your stuff are. You can't have walls clipping through tables and whatnot. It's definitely a pain to have a location you see from the outside that you can walk inside, because then all the clipping is really, everything's got to be modeled pretty tight. Right. Maybe it's time to do something about this counter. Maybe not. Okay. I think we put this into Unreal. I think we can send this. So, oh man, I really hope all this stuff doesn't break when we go to import it. A lot of objects. I don't think subdivision surface applies when we export, which is a pain. I know the mirror modifier just shatters, just does not work. So before we move the origins, we need to apply the modifiers. Let's write a script. Let's just bring this over. Good old ChatGPT. Damn. Give this a save. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this so that we can go back if we have to. So this is our all origin. So this script, let's see. This script moves all the origin points to one spot, because when you import to Unreal Engine, if you don't have them all at the same origin, all the origins at the same point, it puts all the objects right on top of each other. And there's way too many objects to have to move them all back to where they need to be. All right, let's try this script out. Error. Oh boy. Let's see what GPT has to say about that. Wait. Whatever you say, GPT, I trust you. Invalid start byte. I don't even know. I don't even know what that means. Why are you printing names? What? What did you do? What did you do? Okay, yay, it worked. Third time's the charm. Okay, so now all the objects should have their modifiers applied. Step 1 of importing to Unreal Engine. And it looks like it did it. Let's see here. I wonder what's going on with the shading. Maybe there's doubles? No. Weird. I haven't seen that line before. Ah, interior faces, of course. Son of a gun. Interior faces are the enemy of good shading. And I fixed it. Yay. Okay, so cool. So everything's applied. And hopefully when we were working in, great, it's not applied. So if we want to come back and mess with, tweak the models, we can. So that's applied. So now we have to go and move all the origins. And we get an error. And we take the error and we send it to ChatGPT to help us out because I know nothing about programming. Cool. Yay. Now we check it. Uh-oh. That didn't work. What happened? Did it do it for this one, perchance? Nope. Maybe. Okay. This has honestly been the biggest headache, is just getting models from Blender to Unreal Engine. And unfortunately, Unreal Engine doesn't have modeling tools that are sufficient for building a bunch of nice looking stuff. But just trying to figure out how to get everything to play nice has been the biggest pain. Okay. Didn't work. What is going on? Set type origin geometry. No. I want to set type to the cursor. Origin cursor, that's all it was. I was going to try that, but I didn't want to look dumb. Okay. Hopefully. Do it. It did it. Beautiful. Yeah, so when importing Unreal Engine, we need all the origins to be at the same point, except the cursor's just in a weird spot. Let's go to world origin and do the same thing. Look at that. Now everything's origin is at the cursor. Everything is still in the same location. So that's good. I think we're about ready to take it to Unreal Engine. Oh, screwed up those textures, but that's fine. Those are procedural textures, so they don't import to Unreal Engine nicely anyway. So the last step, I gotta make sure that gotta make sure all the models, the scale and rotation of all the models has to be applied. So we take everything, Control A, rotation and scale. Text objects cannot have scale applied. Well, shucks howdy. Now, hopefully. All right, that looked good. Everything in its place, hopefully, yes. Ugh. Yeah, I gotta figure something out for modeling inside. Just walls smacking you in the face. This looks good. I'm not super worried about the textures because I can find other textures in Unreal Engine. All right, moment of truth. Does it go to Unreal Engine? Does it, or does it create problems? So we're going to select everything except for that guy. We don't need him. Hopefully. Okay, this is version 8. Come on. Play nice, please. So this was the old version of the motel. So this is where I don't know how much I want to replace with the new version. Like, should I just replace everything? Should I only replace the new stuff? Then I have to like prune what comes in and what goes out. And once again, just time consuming. So then I have to go through each object and say, okay, this doesn't go in, this goes in, this doesn't go in. And I don't want fallback collision type to be cube. Let's try custom mesh. We don't really have any super heavy geometry, so it shouldn't be a problem. Problem is if we use cubes, then any objects with a doorway, you just can't walk through it. And then I have to go into each one and mess with the collision. Okay. So these are all the objects we just made in Blender. Oh boy. I'm just going to drag it onto the road and see, did it work? Well, so far it looks pretty good. Great. Can't get in. All right, let's take a look around. Okay, everything seems to be where it should be. The walls are aligned this time, thank God. Um, that's all working. It's ignore the texture for now. Why did it give the pillows this frickin'? What is that? Okay, this is great. I think this is the first time it seems to have gone without a hitch. Look at that. Everything is where it should be. Awesome. So you got to apply the origin. You got to set all the origins to the same spot. You got to apply all the modifiers. And you have to apply all the rotation and scale, and then it'll finally work. So in that case, oh, the motel. Ah, the sign didn't work. This has been a problem before. For some reason, because this is a text, it doesn't cooperate. And I don't know why. So we're going to delete it and use the one that we already have imported. But I think as far as everything else goes, well, son of a gun, maybe I should have put it in a folder. Let me do that so that I'm not pruning through objects. I don't want to be sifting through a bunch of objects. So things we want to keep from Unreal, the doors, because as you can see, these doors have actually have an event that opens them. Yay, they work. So we want to keep the doors. So I think that should all be in the Unreal environment. And where's the other door? So this stuff should all be in here. And I think all this stuff is from Blender. So theoretically, we should just delete all that, import the new stuff, and it'll be like good as new. I'm going to make the sign, however, I'm going to keep the sign out. Okay, so it's in there. And I move to the, yay, okay. There's the sign. So everything in here, gonna delete. And now we're gonna take everything from version 8. I guess except for the sign, we don't need that. And we're gonna drop it. All right, oh God, there we go. And we don't need the doors because we have these doors that actually work. Let me get rid of these doors that don't work. Okay, so and of course we didn't actually get anything to go into the folder. So that should be everything we just imported. And it looks like that is correct. Nice. So I think it's still in the floor a little bit. Let's try and move it. That's the other thing. I don't want to have to wiggle it into place. So I need to figure out a way in Blender to move everything so that it sits nicely on the ground. So when I bring it into Unreal, it just, boom, done. Just drag and drop, and it's where I want it. A lot of things to figure out, but we're getting there. So now we should have basically the same experience. Okay, it all needs to come forward. A little hard to tell when it's not lit. So, yeah, I don't know if I like that light being visible. Come in. Oh, God. Son of a bitch, we can't get in. Okay, so then we need to alter our collisions. What is going on here? Complex. Okay, so that's what we want. So why isn't it working? We made a complex collision by default. This is good. What's the simple collision is the problem. Why do we have a simple collision? I don't. Project default. Use project physics setting. So maybe what we need to do is we just make the default setting to only use complex. Maybe so if we say use complex as simple, and then we come to the windows, because the windows are going to keep us out too. Use complex as simple. And then this building is going to keep us out too, so we need to use complex as simple. Maybe we can get in this building. And what is going on? Maybe we just delete the simple. Okay, so we got rid of that. Save that. Yeah, because the simple collision is going to go right across the walkway there. So if we just say remove collision, it doesn't remove the complex, which is what we want. Luckily, it only removes the one we don't want, but I'll take it. Oh my gosh, what am I missing? What am I colliding with? Sorry, this is. I hope you find this entertaining, at least me trying to figure out why my collisions are broken. Yet another problem of importing from Blender to Unreal Engine. Okay, so as I said, it was in physics default. Engine, physics. physics. Collision. Said physics, right? Let's see. Project default. Use project physics setting. Default shape complexity. Default shape complexity. Use complex as simple. Hopefully, that's all we need to do. But that didn't work. Because these are all set. Block all. Usually have that at block all. That looks right. You can see it. Like clearly you can walk through there. Maybe there's a collision I'm not thinking of that I'm running into. Let's check the collision on the fence. That's fine. Right, so simple is the complex now. What else could I be running into? Do I even get in the doors? I didn't re-import the doors, so they should be working normal. No, I can't even get past the doors. But what else could I be colliding with? Son of a gun. Definitely not that. Oh, I'm at a loss. That's frustrating. That's really frustrating. That's kind of fun. Peeking through windows. If I spawn myself inside, what happens? I can move around. This is a good sign. That means the building is not completely blocked off. Oh. I think I'm just hitting the roof. Sorry to whoever had to watch that. Me struggling. I was just hitting the roof. Well, that jacks up our windows, but, you know, hopefully we can at least get inside. Son of a bitch. Okay, well, let's see. Is it this box? Let's move the box out of here. See if we can get through. We can. So it's the box. It has to be this box. We're gonna figure this out. Trust. Trust the process. This is the collision shape that it's using. Okay. That looks like it should work. Just in case, we're just gonna scale it up to be obscenely tall. And that's all it was. Son of a bitch. It was just too short. I don't know how that happened. Because I even just made it taller just now. And I didn't modify it from the last version. And I could walk through just fine in the last version. But not anymore, it would seem. What the heck? Whatever. For now, we're just going to scale that up. That looks so dumb. I guess we'll just scale the doors too. Okay. And the windows are ugh, but you know. Guess we'll just scale it all. Scale it all up, huh? Wait, let me move the pivot. It is hard to tell when you're not lit. That's good. That's fine. Okay, well, I don't like the windows being bigger, but we'll figure out how to fix that next time. So we can get inside. Huge step, okay? Bam, it's just like, makes me feel better. That's fun to do. It's honestly pretty fun. Something about this game's fun. Goodness. Goodness gracious. All right, yep, and how does the room look? Moment of truth. Let me get this clutter off. Cool, we can walk through this door. Yay. And we don't clip. That's good. Don't clip the bed. We can get on the bed. This door doesn't work. We need to make this door work. Okay. So both of these objects. I'm just going to make my life easier and re-import that door as a single object. Because, you know, Unreal Engine. Oh God, what did I do? Okay. Okay. Let's see. Door. Oh, my nose is really itchy for some reason. Wood door. Ooh, what did I do? There we go. And we're just gonna delete everything but the door. Yay, it still works. Door. Okay. Okay, not what I was trying to do, but it worked. Not what I wanted to do. Here we go. The modifiers are applied, so we should just be able to join them. Yay. And then we need to set it that the pivot is on the hinge, because in Unreal Engine it rotates on the origin point. So that's, well, the Unreal Engine sets the pivot point for the object as the world origin of Blender. It doesn't use Blender's origin point. It uses the world origin. I don't know why. So now I'm thinking about it, there might be an easy way to try to like tell it, but I don't know. I'm not a programmer. So here we go. Door hinges on the hinge as it should. This is good. Now we're going to take this. We're going to call it wood door. We should start naming objects. Make our life a little easier. Export it. Wood door. Sure, it's not a prop. I'll just put it here. Import it. Wood door. Whoopie-doo. Okay. So now we're going to make a new blueprint. Actually, we're not going to make a new blueprint. We're just going to copy this one. I believe the door right. No, we want the left. Right? That's going to open like this. Oh boy. This will be fine. We're going to clone this. BP wood door. Open it. Change the door to wooden door. Bam. Did it actually use the origin that time? We'll find out. I don't know. Oh, goodness. Hmm. Son of a gun. Okay. Now we test our door. Whoa. Oh my gosh, it spins in the middle. Son of a... Really? The one time Unreal Engine uses this as the origin point. I am perplexed. Okay, well. We will set that as the origin. Re-export it. Re-import it. Oh, what the heck, man? Come on. Hmm. I don't know. Well, that worked, so that's good. What is going on? Holy crap. What is it doing? So now it's acting like the origin point is at the center. It's acting like the origin point is at the world origin, but now it's moving the geometry to be there. I don't know. But I'll tell you what we can do. We can just take the wooden door. And that one's working. Holy crap, dude. Okay. Wood door. Okay, so no, it did. Man. It did import, right. What happened was it took the original and numbered it 2. Oh, Lord. Good, right? Good, hopefully. Oh, finally, something's working. Heck yeah. It's a good feeling when your door works. It's a good feeling. All right. Maybe there was a better door we could have just grabbed in Fab. I'm gonna take a look now. I can't remember if there was any good free stuff. Look at that. There's tons of doors in here. None of them are quite what I'm looking for though. But it's good to know they got so many options. Oh, it is slow going. What are you doing? What are you doing? Do I still have it set to snap to surface? Yeah, I do. That's what it was doing. Okay. Well, it doesn't fit perfectly, but that looks pretty good. Once it gets textured, yeah. Oh, good lord. Well, what the heck, man? It must be with how the angle's set up. The animation. So the animation is set up to rotate at 90 degrees. From 0. So if I already rotated it 180 degrees, it's going to want to flip 180 degrees before it rotates. If I rotate 180 degrees, that's the position it wants to be in. And you know, I guess it's not the end of the world if the handle's on the left side. That's fine. Does it break if I scale it? Can I do a scale -1? I don't know if that's going to break it. We'll find out. Yeah, it still breaks. Okay. So we'll just not do that. So the handle's on the left side. It's not a big deal. That knob looks pretty sweet. And then we'll just find some sort of texture for that. Did that get narrower? I can't remember. There's things to be fixed. This damn trash can, for one thing. Oh. Well. If you ever thought making a game didn't take much work, like me, I'm learning my lesson. Making a game takes a lot of work. Make it look good. At least we can ring the bell, right? And knock these guys over. Phew, door. I'm gonna set these doors to open the other way. Because it doesn't seem to like opening towards the player. It doesn't want to open if it collides with the player for some reason. You know, I've played games where like, oh god, what the hell? Played games where, you know, the door pushes you out of the way when you open it. Now I understand why they did that. It doesn't push you out of the way, it just won't open. It just does this. Just plays the animation for some reason backwards. Which I gotta find out a better method than that, because like who's gonna want to play a game where you gotta like figure out where to stand to get the door to work? That sucks. So I can collide with it now. It pushes me. It does push me. But it seems if I'm in the way of the animation, it just doesn't trigger. Some more work needs to be done with that. Okay. So I somehow need to communicate to the player. Oh, look at that shadow. Looks so good, man. These Polyhaven textures are really bringing the game together. Need to get a light in here. And why it puts it over the floor like that. Oh, it's bright. It is a high ceiling in here, isn't it? Holy shit, man. Can this thing work? Man, that's pretty good. I gotta figure out why the light clips. That's not good. Looks great in here. That doesn't look good at all. Hmm. That one is really clipping. Maybe it should be a rectangle light. At an angle. Same problem. I found if I angle the barn doors, that seems to help. But it does not fix the problem. But now I can't see it over here, so that's, I mean, that's an improvement. Can't see it through this wall, so that's an improvement. Volumetric scattering intensity, maybe that's the shit. Yeah, that's it right there. But I mean, that affects the amount of fog, the amount of haze the light puts out, which, I mean, I wanted to put out haze. I just don't want that haze to travel through walls. So it's purely the volumetric scatter intensity. Interesting. Interesting. Maybe. I'll have to mess with that. So what do we have? The start looks good. Come inside. Got some frickin' robots. We gotta get these guys walking around. Ding the bell. Gotta fix these doors somehow. Got a room. Look at those lights. Oh, nice. Got a bathroom. Bright in here. I'm gonna turn that down. Let's do 2. And let's make it warm. That's not. Can I do Kelvin? Yeah. Pretty sweet. That room needs a lot of work. Mm. So I think now I gotta start working on this how do I direct the player? All right. Maybe it's that attenuation radius thing. Nope, that didn't really help. It did make the bathroom moodier, which is what I wanted. It's nice. But yeah, I still see it here. Okay, so this is my plan that just popped into my head. So we have a door here, right? We're gonna have a door. These are gonna be like security camera screens, right? Like monitors with like footage. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is this door is gonna be, holy crap. This door is gonna be shut and locked. Holy crap, that's a tall ass door. My goodness. This door is gonna be shut and locked when you enter the motel. But then when you wake up, it's gonna be cracked open. And there's gonna be a shaft of light. What happened here? Be a shaft of light coming through it. That's going to lead the player through the door. So how do I do this? Man, I really made this doorway too big. Just a little bit, you know, just a little bit. Okay. So that's better. You come out your hotel room. I think it should be cracked towards the room. Just like that. There we go. And then we need a light. Spotlight. Fire cone. That's what I want on the floor right there. That's the vibe. Right there. Coming right at the door. And we don't need it to be so intense. You want it to be blue. Yeah. I mean, that's gonna make me curious. So now I need to figure out how to code it. So once you go to sleep, then these things move. Yeah. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that at all. I'm gonna figure it out. So I'm gonna set up a box collision for the bed, just like I did with the door and the robots. It's gonna be a pawn. Yes. Right. What are these other options? What's it? There's a scene transform. I don't know what that means. So this is gonna be BP bed. Boom. Where is it? There it is. Really huge. Once again, the origin is all sorts of jacked up. Let's fix it. Done. Back to the bed. Yay, now it's where it should be. Add a box. Collision. And scale that up. That's fine for now. Okay. Box collision. So when we get in the box, we're going to make a custom event. Call it go to sleep. So this is going to, for now, I'm just going to create some just pseudo code here. So we're going to fade the screen to black. And gonna move security room door. Maybe that door needs to be a special door, like a metal door. Okay. So that's what's going to happen when we go to sleep. We want to fade the screen back. That'll be what happens. Okay. So we need to trigger go to sleep in the first person character. When E is pressed, again. E is pressed, oh, that's correct. Hit actor, cast to bed. Right? The hit actor. And we're going to need to call go to sleep. For the bed. Okay. What happens? Oh, great. Okay. Why am I getting stuck? So you can tell my ray is not hitting the bed's collision object. And it looks like it's not hitting the door's collision object either, which might be why it's been so problematic. Did it hit these guys? Yeah. Yeah. And it hits that one. So those are set to block all. But if we set these to block all, obviously we can't get through. So it's set to overlap, which means that it won't, the ray won't hit it because it's not set to block the ray. So how is this different than our bell? Because the bell works. Okay, let's open up the bell and take a look. So it plays the sound if it's pressed. The box is set to block all. Generate overlap events is on. Maybe. Let's just say block all. Let's see what happens. Nothing. That's peculiar. Oh my god, this isn't even the blueprint. Such an idiot. Well, yeah. And also, need to add those. I guess we don't. Those don't need to be. You just delete this. Delete that. Throw this in here. Lower it down. Scoot it back. Holy crap. I feel pretty silly for that one. Okay. I need this rotated. Go. So now we might not be able to walk in the room, but it should trigger go to bed. Okay, so yeah, so now we're actually walking into it and it triggers it. This is good. And since, let's see, if we say overlap all, what happens? Now we should be able to walk through it. But now it won't trigger. Oh, it did. Oh, because we're actually hitting the mesh. I see. Well, I mean, it works. So I think I'm just going to extend it for the, extend the line trace just for the bed. Let's see how that plays. Cool, that works. I don't know why suddenly, like we're having a hard time getting through here. I don't know. What's making that change. So that one's fine. But now this one isn't. This one's not either. Oh man, never ends. All right, well I fixed it. Why wasn't I able to shut the door though? Cool. Now we can make these happen. But I think I'm going to stop it there for today. Thanks for hanging out with me.